is me coughing like anything. I think it's like psychic messages coming from certain people to try and kill me, Mark.
Oh. Who would that be, I wonder?
Probably my wife.
Oh, got me there.
Sorry about that. Okay.
You're all right. Normally get an intro. All right, see if...
Well, it is the morning after. What hits you about anything or everything about Ghandi Burnham or Andy Burnachoff or Andropov?
Yeah, I don't know. We still... Well, buses are going to be just as cheap.
Yeah, right, okay.
Not it really, mate. He's hitting the ground running, Johnny. He's hitting the ground running.
Well, the promise of an increase in the personal tax threshold is gone. He's backtracking on that already. Shall we have a look and see what Crew Kern think of the day after? Here's Andy's day after.
Mad for it! I feel sick, lad. Anyone fancy some chicken leg? Mad for it. Mad for it.
Hey, lad, chicken, lad. Have you seen Andy? He's in the right state, lad.
No, lad, where is he?
Upstairs in the lounge, lad.
Talk about shit.
Everything's lad.
Oh. Hello, lad. What you doing here?
Oh, you found us. Andy's had a rather difficult night, I'm afraid to say.
Wait, you're Alan Bennett, aren't you?
Was Alan Bennett, but it'll take me some time to recover from a party like this.
You're late, lad, but it's never too early to start partying, lad, when you're on Manny time.
Did somebody fucking say party? Mad for it!
Let's do it, lads.
Yes, it's all happening there. Number 10.
Mad for it, lad! Chicken, lad! How's your chicken, lads? I'm the daddy now. Everywhere is Manchester.
That's really good, isn't it?
You know, I mean, to bring on the Gallagher brothers as well. Well, you know, what can we say? Yeah, he's rowing back on a lot of things, and he's just immediately, like today, when they heard that they were going to release the PC that was killed. You know, the guy that was dragged behind the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when they were going to release him, all of a sudden, they're not going to release him now. So, what's going on there?
So is that 2 U-turns in a day?
Well, yeah. You know, there's something really bad going on.
Where have we seen this before?
I mean, are we really going back to Labour in the 80s? Is that what we're doing?
It would appear so, wouldn't it?
Somebody...
the guy really thinks that that's when the major problems begun. Like I said last time, nothing to do with the Fabians, just destroying the Constitution and leaving us in the mess we're in now. Nothing works. No one's accountable. No one's responsible. It's always someone else's fault.
What's going on?
Idiots. Creating laws.
Well, it was when they were... Ghandi Burnham. This is Potter's ending. Ghandi Burnham is saying, haven't heard that one yet. Evening, gents. Evening, Potter's ending. Potter's Ender Gaming. There you go.
You'll have to tune into the Monday's podcast. He's got about
loads
12
of them.
nicknames. He's got about 12 nicknames, hasn't he?
Androff. Burnachoff. Or burn it off. Or burn off. Well, anyway, here's Katie. And let's get an update from Katie. She's usually very good with these things. We love Katie. Here we go.
Breaking news here in Batshit Bonkers Britain, where the casual king of the north, Andy Burnham, has casually appointed his front bench. He's so casual, he's imported Jacinda Ardern's campaign manager from New Zealand to show him how to be just that little bit more casual on a daily basis. So we now have a foreign secretary with Ed Miliband. At least we don't have to watch him eat his bacon sandwich if he's overseas. We have a convicted fraudster on the front bench who couldn't be uglier if she tried. She managed to make Angela Rayner, the ginger growler, look quite attractive. I know. And finally, we have a newbie, a lady by the name of Miala as energy secretary. Her father is from Liberia, her mother is from Sierra Leone, so maybe eyes on the copper in the cabling there, lads. In other news, in Westminster, we can't talk about it, but there's going to be the guy that's going to be charged with the murder of our delightful Anne Widdecombe. Let us remember, hope not
we're coming
hate,
to that right now.
hate, and even hatier have pulled their article, which was basically a hit piece on Anne Widdecombe and may well have inspired this guy, who we can't talk about, to kill our beloved Anne. Half of Hope Not Hate now make up casual King Andy Burnham's government. And finally, my darlings, I go over to the Isle of Man for a sold-out show at the Gaiety there, and as is predictably the case, some drippy woman and the bard of the island are trying to say I shouldn't be allowed to perform. I say this very clearly. I don't ask to be agreed with, and I don't ask to be liked. If you want to come, buy a ticket. If you don't, don't. I wonder how many tickets the drippy bard and the woman who's trying to cancel me could actually sell. And maybe that's part of the problem. And finally, my darlings, as a PS, shouldn't really say it, but you know I am one for a gossip. Andy Burnham's wife turned up for her big day dressed in Victoria Beckham. Now, Victoria Beckham dresses work really well if you're shaped like a pencil. Unfortunately, Andy Burnham's wife is shaped like the pencil case you used to have at junior school when it had 2 lots of Tippex in it and some Stadler erasers. She did a very good job of showing how a very expensive dress can be made to look very cheap indeed on the wrong person. That's it. Keep it casual, King Andy. Batshit Bonkers Britain.
Brilliant. Thank you for that update, Katie. She is absolutely brilliant. She had to go there, didn't she?
There's me just saying it looked like his nan. She's just gone one further there.
She had to be right. I mean, about the alleged killer of Anne Widdecombe. Now,
something doesn't sit right with this, John.
Well, I'll play it. You found this today, and I'll play it. And there's no problem with playing it, basically.
It's allegedly him. It doesn't discuss the murder, so...
Yeah, but something doesn't add up.
Depth navigation of the national question by Comrade Lenin and Comrade Stalin showed how peace between peoples could be achieved. It wasn't just workers who saw this lodestar. The ruling class did too. The landowners and capitalists saw the future laid out ahead of them. A future where the exalted few would be shorn of their ability to live decadent lifestyles off the backs of countless workers and peasants.
Now, what the hell is going on there? Because that's the court impression drawing of him. That's another one that was released, and that's another one that's released underneath. So, explain what's going on here, Mark.
I don't know. Well, they've released some of these pictures. I don't know where this video came from originally, but you could probably say that the picture at the bottom that was released by the police looks like the video, yeah?
Yeah.
But the guy with the long hair's got a receding hairline.
I know.
And a big forehead. He's got a similar nose. But it just doesn't look like him to me.
No, it doesn't.
He's got much broader shoulders. But that's not saying it could have been an old
Also,
picture.
the hair, the hair is curly.
The whole thing's confusing. I mean, we don't have an option but to speculate because we're not really being told much. Okay, she was battered with a hammer over 20 times. That's brutal. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't know. I've never been a police officer turning up to a murder. I've got a little hazard a guess that when you turn up to something like that and someone's had their head smashed in with a hammer, it probably doesn't look like a fall. Why did Nigel Farage, why was Keir Starmer saying it was a robbery gone wrong.
I
So
know.
apparently her house is cameraed up. So I'm sorry, but if they've got access to the cameras, which they should have done by now, they'll know exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So why aren't we finding out? Again, they're stressing that they're still trying to look into a motive. They're doing that thing again, John, aren't they? Where you get
But
the
same
stories
thing,
from
the same thing that they did in Southport, where there was
Yeah.
like a sort of a representation of the guy. What did he represent him as a Welsh choir boy at first?
Well, again, it's similar with this one now. I think this is the new tactic. So the family or the neighbours or whatever are all in shock, and it couldn't be him. It's out of character.
Yeah.
And then some of them are saying he's a loner. His car was covered in grass. He doesn't drive anywhere. Well, doesn't look like it's covered in grass to me. He managed to drive
doesn't look
all
like
that way.
he doesn't look like a loner to me. He looks like somebody that can articulate an argument.
Well, some of them are saying that he's gone that way since the passing of his dad or something around Christmas. But this doesn't really add up, does it?
Okay.
As I say, they're doing that thing again where they paint him in a good light. They're taking the sting out of it. I think they're trying to stop a backlash. And this is why now you just get drip-fed a little something every couple of days until, in their opinion, they've quelled the anger. And then they'll tell us during a court case exactly what happened. And then people aren't as angry, are they? So I think they're trying to improve on the strategy used in Southport, to be honest. But I'm just speculating. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not on the
And it's
investigation.
all-
I'm sure they know everything.
And it's all alleged. Okay.
It is all
now,
alleged.
I came across this woman, and
Just going to make one more point before you move on.
go on.
Now,
You
Farage
bastard.
came
Do you know
out-
what? You do that all the time. You do that just as you know that we're segueing somewhere else. You go,
Well, do they know the full story? Because Farage came out and said
oh, yeah,
about the left,
yeah,
about
I
the
remember.
left-wing angle. Now, if that wasn't true, why would everybody come out and say, oh, I don't think we should be telling Farage anything in future? He leaks it. Oh, not coming out and saying, well, Farage is lying. We don't know yet. It's not been revealed.
Yeah.
So it tells me Farage probably does know. And if he was told that, then I think the police know the motive, which then means they're just lying to the public about, oh, we're still trying to look into the
Or
motive.
could be lying to the public.
Or trying to figure out how to break it to the population that communist terrorism is now a big thing. Was
And
there
it's
a
not
wider
right
scale,
wing at all.
There's obviously a threat because obviously Reform have been in touch with people in Parliament and the police and all that, and they're trying to sort their security out. So there's definitely a threat to right wingers from left wingers, unfortunately. How big's that threat? We don't know. We've not been told. Is this a cell? Is it not a cell? I really think they need to start getting more information out to the public, to be honest, because otherwise they'll do the thing they don't want them to do and speculate.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
It stinks. It's just something.
Yeah.
Something not
Something
right with this,
smells.
though. It does.
Okay. Well, here's something that doesn't smell except very, very nicely. And this is a poet from Scotland. And she has passed a commentary about a new PM. Here we go again.
The UK is a democracy, so can somebody please tell me why today we welcome a new Prime Minister that nobody actually voted for? And before anybody jumps in with, well, that's how Parliament works. I know, we don't vote directly for a Prime Minister. We vote for a local MP and then the governing party chooses its leader from that selection. I understand the system, but that doesn't stop it feeling completely detached from what ordinary people think democracy and politics should look like. Keir Starmer has, in my opinion, been the worst Prime Minister in recent memory, and that's saying something given it wasn't too long ago that we had Boris Johnson, Rishi Sunak and Liz Truss. But between broken promises, U-turns and saying whatever seems politically convenient at the time, it feels like the public were sold one thing and given another. Vote Labour for real change. Well, we got change all right. Then comes the farewell speech. Suddenly it's all about the wife, the children, the personal sacrifice. It's a tactic we've seen time and time again in politics and marketing. Humanise the person at the centre of the criticism. Remind everybody that they're a husband, a father, a family man, a hard worker. Shift the focus for their actual track record onto their emotions. And then he walks away talking as if he's left this glowing legacy behind him and he's done a fantastic job. the bit I genuinely struggle with is this. If democracy is supposed to mean that people get to choose their leaders, why does it feel perfectly acceptable that the person leading the country can change without the public even being asked? And I know the constitutional explanation. I know that it's legal to do so, but that doesn't mean that people have to like it. And the general consensus is they don't.
That's right.
So maybe it's how our parliamentary system has worked, has always worked. But if the person at the very top of the tree changes without a general election, is it really surprising that so many people feel disconnected from politics?
There she is, the wee Glasgow poet. Now, I quite liked what she had to say there. And if you wanted to dissect it, what did actually Starmer achieve? Apart from people hating him.
He stabilised something, and then he did some rights for some workers. And then he came down hard, full force of the law on his enemies. That was probably his biggest achievement, but he just forgets to mention that one. Do you know, actually, another of their biggest achievements was reducing some of the immigration. They didn't really champion that either, did they? Which might have helped.
I did
so
know.
One of their biggest achievements, John, was something the right wing wanted to do. So, yeah, no wonder he's not shouting from the rooftops.
Do you want to see something funny?
Go on, but just before you do, like she said, though, it doesn't matter what we think. That's not how it works. So if you want to change it, get involved, get them out and change it.
Where has this been on? Because when you're talking about, immigration down, you're talking about deporting and stuff like that. Look at this.
Well, not necessarily, just more people leaving. Getting copyrighted for this early.
It's over 18.
Oh dear.
Sens monster my gun, my art.
Tommy Rodinson?
Goodbye, Abdul.
I don't even know what it looks like. South Park. Do you see that? South Restore Britain?
Like the Family Guy.
I thought, oh my God,
You see the Restore thing as well.
Yeah, that was just so funny. I just thought, hey, what the hell is going on there? But anyway, it doesn't matter. We need to take it down. We take it down. That's it. But it's over 18, so that's it. End of story. Anyway, okay. While we were, doing things, a U.S. citizen actually commented on things that were going on in the UK. Now, I picked up on this one, and I thought, hey, what the hell? Because that's what we do. We curate things that are out there and see what's flying. I mean, some of the things that were flying, some of our reels are like, going over 150,000, and a massive one on TikTok about the Odyssey that we did. Okay. Well, obviously, it triggers, people, especially when you put a trans person and cast them in the role of Achilles, the most male of heroes.
Yeah, it's all done
in
by
history.
design, isn't it?
Well, as that woman said, that's not history. That's a message. It's coming across, and it isn't going to go down well. The comments were just absolutely furious about them. But anyway, here's this U.S. citizen commentary on the UK. Here we go.
I think every single Western country should use the UK as a case study on what not to do in regards to things like immigration and cultural integration. Because if you're paying attention to what's going on in the UK, it seems like it's about to kick off. Daily, there are stories of young women being assaulted. There are stories of violence in the streets and people getting arrested for defending themselves instead of those who are the perpetrators getting arrested instead. See, the thing is you cannot have competing cultures living in the same type of space like that without there being conflict. This isn't an ethnicity thing. This isn't about race. It's entirely entirely about culture. And unfortunately, there is a reality that some cultures respect women, some cultures respect different faith systems, some cultures respect democracy, and some just don't. You can bring people in from other countries who desire to assimilate into your culture very easily. If you bring people in who have no desire to assimilate, well, unfortunately, you're kind of in a bad situation. We need ethical immigration into the West that's focused on assimilation and shared cultural values instead of just getting as many bodies in the door as we can.
There you go. Your comments, sir.
Well, two things. We're probably not the worst in Europe for it. If you just look at France and Germany. It's
Germany,
great.
oh, it's bad.
Italy, flooded. I think they're probably worse. We're probably one of the lesser affected ones being so far away, because you can imagine if we didn't have that water, how many people would just be walking here on a daily basis. It'd be a bit like the southern border in America. And two things, he's wrong in a way, because people who have the same ethnicity, part of an ethnicity is a shared culture. So unfortunately, you're going to get people from these cultures who have certain ethnicities. So there's a little bit wrong with that. But on the whole, yeah, we're a shithole. It's going down the Swanee. Don't be like us. The overarching point, right, isn't it?
Yes.
Don't be like them.
Well, and yet, when he's talking about the crime and stuff like that, this is what Lammy is he's trying to suppress crime data.
I do want to ask you about a story that you've been talking about a lot online, and this is David Lammy, slightly separate to our Andy Burnham conversation.
He's
but
already taken the legal action.
David Lammy taking legal action to block the publication of crime rates among foreign nationals. There's been a lot of people who do want to see this data for England and Wales. Your accusation is that this is a cover-up from David Lammy and the government.
Well, obviously it's a cover-up by David Lammy and the Labour government. It was also a cover-up from the previous Tory government. I mean, it's extraordinary now to see the Shadow Justice Secretary for the Tories and many former Tory ministers who were in power for 14 years could easily, at the stroke of a pen, have released this data so that it was a norm, and then it would be much more difficult for a left-wing government like Labour to stop publishing it. They never did. Why? Because the Tories and the Labour Party flooded this country from migrants, many of them unvetted. To the degree we have got some data in this country, we've seen, for example, Afghans are somewhere around 20 times more likely to be charged with sex offences, for example. We can look at other European countries that do reveal this data. And based on that, I think it's pretty clear why both the Tories and the Labour Party, when they were in government, do not want to publish this data. The Information Commissioner, to their credit, the ICO has said it does need to be published. And now David Lammy's literally spending taxpayers' money on trying to stop it being published. It's time to come clean about what the real impact on crime in this country is as a result of mass immigration.
Well, there you go. I actually think that they're realistically trying to cover up what's going on. I agree. And why not let the public decide? Let them see the figures and let them decide exactly what's going on.
I mean, we had the little snippet already.
Yeah.
Of data from the Migration Central.
Mm-hmm.
Foreigners 3 times as likely to be arrested for sex offenders as British citizens. That's just British citizens.
Yep.
Some British citizens will be foreigners who've been given a piece of paper. And the Crime League table put Albanians as most likely to be arrested, followed by Afghans, Iraqis, Algerians, Moroccans and Somalians. As I said, foreign nationals 3 times more likely. So, no wonder he doesn't want to release the data, John.
Yeah.
But it comes out drip by drip from freedom of information requests and stuff like that. So
we've got a government that isn't really listening to us. And for all the talk that they do, I mean, for example, Andy Burnham, Ghandi Burnham, Burnachov. What are those other names?
Mikhail Burnachov.
Yeah, that's the one. They keep on saying, they're going to do these things, but, can you really trust them and should you listen to them?
No and no. Look, at the end of the day...
Do not listen to Andy Burnham on homelessness. He has no expertise, prowess or track record on rough sleeping. In fact, he's awful. He has promised before to end rough sleeping in Manchester. With all that money at his fingertips and a relatively small area to focus on, he promised to end rough sleeping. He failed. He failed miserably. Since COVID, rough sleeping in Manchester has got worse and worse and worse. Much worse. Places like Birmingham have hugely outperformed Manchester. So why should we listen to him when he's promised this before and failed miserably? I welcome the ambition because as an activist for homelessness, I really want to see change. But we need a plan that works, not just talk. All the evidence is that Andy Burnham is talking about rough sleeping without a clue or an idea or any plan to fix it.
There you go.
It's what these Fabians do, mate. Problem with the Fabians and these socialists here, mate, is the weak, the cowards, mate, because at least the communists just came out and went, right, revolution, violent revolution, that's what we need to do. These haven't even got the spine to follow through properly with their own ideology. And we go, well, we'll just chip away at it. When did you start?
Yeah.
1880s or something. Well, now it's 2026. You still haven't really fully implemented it, have you? Just put loads of stupid things in our way to just piss us off. Do you know what I mean? We can reverse it all, give them the chance. But this is what you get with Labour. We mentioned this the other night. We've got tents outside our council building in Ellesmere Port.
Oh,
Not
don't.
been moved, been there for ages. Someone was starting to sleep rough in the village where I live. None of them were bothered about it until I got involved. Then they were all jumping through hoops to try and find somewhere to put him.
Well, here...
Otherwise, it would have evolved, wouldn't it, John? There was people coming down, giving him beer, feeding him and everything, mate. And if you let him stay, half a year later, you're like San Francisco. There's hundreds of them. No, not on my watch, mate. But apparently on Labour's watch, yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're all in fact, well, not really that much now because they know that the Labour brand is now toxic out there on the street and people are not happy. That's why Ghandi is trying to be Ghandi the Beneficent. But anyway, closer to home, residents now have to register in Cheshire West to use the local tip. And it's part of the council's efforts to cut down on unauthorised use of household waste recycling centres. Now, you're going to guess who's behind this. The first letter of her first name is K.
I was going to say Karen Shaw. So
absolutely, that famous lady.
You didn't even need to give me the letter, to be honest with you, mate. Oh, Karen Shaw.
Well, you're going to be allowed to visit the tip 30 times in a year. Unless you're from Afghanistan. Well,
then you just do whatever you want. There is no rules.
There is that. Okay, but
unless you're LGBT, QRST.
Well, try this on. Unless you're one of these.
What's the problem?
Why do you let those kids get away with this? They are not supposed to be here!
If you don't lower your voice, like I am going to put handcuffs on you and I'm going to take you to a Baker Act facility. You lower your voice.
Try it.
Are you threatening me? Can we get another unit to deal with Jay Lee here? He is having a breakdown.
Say! Just say the right pronoun!
What do you say?
7351.
Get down on the ground right now.
No!
You're about to get sprayed.
No!
Get down on the ground right now.
Spray. Do it!
Okay, are you going to calm down?
I want to
No, it's too late now. It's too late now. He's going to be taken away.
Say! Stop.
It's taken.
I just want to get away from him. Say!
Pretty sure he wants you to get away from him too.
Stop!
This is what toddlers do.
Just say!
Did they never? Is this the problem? Did no one ever nip this in the bud when he was a really small child?
And this is, if you think, now, look at that. Now think of a more radical version of that over here.
But it's that type of insanity and losing the shit over nothing could be what happened to Anne Widdecombe. We don't know because they won't tell us, will they?
We can do that down at the tip.
Unhinged.
Let me in! Let me in! I've got rubbish I've got to get rid. It's going to create more fly tipping, isn't it?
This way of thinking is creating some unhinged people.
Oh,
As I said,
definitely.
that's the behaviour of a toddler when they don't get their own way and they stamp their feet and they scream. And then if you back down, then, well, you've set a precedent, haven't you? And then they go, oh, I know what to do next time I want some more ice cream. Did no one ever nip this in the bud? What the hell? I'm lost for words over that, mate. That was...
Well, we're going to be coming in. We're going to literally make this a short one tonight, but ask Rigby to see how she thinks of Burnham.
You said on Friday in your speech as you accepted the Labour leadership that you want to deliver the biggest change in our politics in 40 years. It sounds like a massive ambition for which you do need a mandate beyond the 25,000 people who voted for you in the Makerfield by-election. When are you going to call a general election?
Well, we're in a parliamentary democracy, and as we've seen through time, if somebody can command the majority of the MPs in the House of Commons, obviously they then have the legitimacy to lead things forward, and I will lead forward.
Did he say they, them?
That's what I thought, yeah. It's etched in their brain.
Beth should be saying, wait, you're misgendering me. Now answer the question. Answer the question, Andy.
Consistent with the manifesto, which also talked about change. And I now want to work on
just
the
written
platform.
me a manifesto, John, for election. It's called Change. Every policy. Number 1, defence change, health change, economy change. Easy. There you go. I just make it up as I go along.
Is it just done?
Just change.
It's madness, isn't it? It's madness. Okay. Well, here's our main story of the evening, because Ed Miliband, right? I mean, Jesus, he got foreign secretary. I mean, can you imagine what it's going to be like with Trump? I mean, here's the BBC embarrassing Ed Miliband. Check this out. Okay.
It's not hard, is it?
How do you build a relationship with a man who you described in the past as a racist, misogynistic, self-confessed groper?
Oops.
Look, well, he actually said on this Piers Morgan interview, apparently, I saw the clip, I think.
This is
I'm really popular
showing
in Britain. No, you're not. And I think it's very important that people, show, and what is objectionable about him? His racism, his misogyny.
No racism, no misogyny.
His incredibly peculiar relationship with Russia.
And the truth.
And the truth, most of all the truth. And who he is as a person. I mean, there's a line.
So if you were still leader, you wouldn't go to the banquet. You wouldn't wear the white tie.
Don't know.
I think the one thing about
state
visits, dinners did you go to?
I can't remember.
I bet there was some.
Now go ahead. He said it. So imagine he's going to be meeting him. There's no two ways about it. In fact, Trump might just snub him and just send one of the others. Probably a low level.
Yeah, I would. Do you know what? Even if he was racist, misogynist, and a groper.
But he isn't.
Right. Even if he was, he's still a better person than that utter scumbag on there.
Oh, yeah.
So the 500 Iraqi kids that they were collateral and no one gave a shit. In fact, the American woman laughed about it. That's fine. No one's quizzing him over it. Fake made up racism and misogyny, and he's a groper. Look at the context of what he said. He was a billionaire in a room full of pretty women. So they're obviously there for a reason, John. They haven't just gone round to his house. He's not walked down the road just groping them. So they're in his house or whatever party he's attending, and they're there for the attention and for the money and for men. And he said, and he touches them and they let him. Surely there was some kind of cue there for him to know to touch them. Do these people know how sexual relationships work? Or probably not actually looking by them, to be honest. Do you go up to every woman and so here's a form here. Can I touch this? Can I kiss it? Can you just fill in a waiver?
Yeah, every morning with my wife. Can I make you breakfast? Sign here.
Jealous, mate. That they're not billionaires and hot women are not throwing themselves.
Oh my God!
I tell you what, they were all throwing themselves at me. You probably would have been doing the same. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Are they throwing themselves at you?
I said if. And that's a big if. They might be throwing themselves at me, probably not for the reason that I want them to. Sorry, I button. No.
Yeah, get out of the way. Well,
look, you can see the scrape in the barrel here, can't you? Because it's like, well, what have you got on Trump now? Well, he's mean. He says stuff and does things.
Well, they're going to keep him out of the way because what's the foreign secretary do? Well, he just keeps on flying around the world.
Why are all these repeated failures back again for round 2 and 3?
Don't know.
I mean, is Blair coming back next? Because, I mean, Blair seems to be one of the biggest critics of this bunch of charlatans, which is...
Oh, yeah, they are. He is. Yeah, you're quite right.
They should be critics of him because it's all the nonsense he put in place that's scuppering these at the minute now. Every time these have a problem, you go back and you find the law and you go, oh, Fabian's, wasn't it? Oops.
Well, take a look at Ed's face at the first cabinet meeting with John Healey as Chancellor because Ed thought he was going to get... He wanted Chancellor. Look at his face. Check this out.
That's
to pick up that theme.
Andy, thank you. This is just such a huge honour and a privilege to be your Chancellor as our Prime Minister's cabinet.
Oh, if looks could kill.
Everyone
else has got this fake cheesy Cheshire Cat smile and he's just giving him daggers.
Oh my God. You know, like you look at it and you just go, oh my God.
Dave just had words before this meeting, haven't they? You can tell.
Yeah.
He's
and again,
fuming about something, isn't he? Look at him.
Guido did Guido Fawkes, I mean, they don't miss a thing, and it's great, you know? I mean, I like Guido. I think he's very cutting.
Hey, if he was looking at, if someone was looking at you like that in a pub, you'd be expecting a smack in a few seconds.
Look at it again.
To pick up that theme.
Andy, thank you. This is just such a huge honour and a privilege to be your Chancellor as our Prime Minister's cabinet.
Oh God, you know, and Bridget Phillips has gone to Equalities Minister.
This is the problem. Like that, I've been trying to complain about various things for the last 7 or 8 years. You can't. No one stays around long enough to deal with anything for you. Again, just.
I can't wait.
So
I can't wait to see what the Irish parties think of Sir Chris Bryant. Because he's the Secretary of State for Northern Ireland. Oh my God. Well, you know, wait. Anyway, we're keeping this short tonight and we're going to move on. And, well, you notice one person that wasn't there, that didn't want a position in the cabinet or didn't get the position that she wanted.
Was it Rachel?
There's the one. There's the one.
That one, yeah.
Well, this is dedicated to Rachel, and this is from Rupee Baby from the British Patriots, and we're going to say goodbye. We're going to see everybody on Friday. Thank you for dropping in on the show. Thank you for the comments that were made. Thank you for your articulation of things that are going on, Stats.
Well, it's more mockery at the minute with this bunch of frauds, isn't it, mate? I mean...
Clowns to the left of me, clowns to the right.
Yeah, we're in for a treat, aren't we, mate, going forwards with this lot?
Oof. It's just so bad. So bad.
He just shuffled a shitty pack of cards, hasn't he?
I know.
Gone, yeah, play with the same shitty deck, just in a different order.
And he left the jokers in.
That's a fucking 50 full pack, isn't it? I was going to say 52 jokers, but you already get 54 jokers.
Yep.
Call the Labour Party cabinet. Oh my God!
The brand
I can't wait.
so
He's going to need a reshuffle in 3 weeks, isn't he? Anyway, when everyone messes up. How many did Starmer
do? They're backtracking now. Darren Jones has been picking on them, you know, saying, where's the money coming from? Because there was no money for digital ID. So him cancelling digital ID cards, it's just like, well, there was no money for it anyway. So.
We'll be back next week, mate.
No, I think that's gone. They know he's got to try and do something for the brand, because if this reboot of the new improved version of the 80s Labour doesn't work, well, then they know which way it's going to go. There's going to be a general election within a year, and you can quote me on that, sir.
You're stealing my predictions. I reckon the Bolsheviks.
I'm not stealing your predictions. I said it first.
I said the Bolshevik of the North will collapse quicker than Starmer.
Yeah.
And someone
Starmerism
turns,
is dead.
And someone
Gone.
takes when he loses his notes or the auto cue breaks, he's had it, hasn't he?
Yep. And the
Beware.
evil
Starmer.
eye takes over. Do you know what? He could be on that. He could be that evil eye. You know the one that was on those set of films from The Hobbit? Sauron. Was it Sauron? Yes. They could have modelled Sauron's eye on Ed Miliband's eye. Look at him. That's pure hatred there. I've seen that look before.
It's daggers, that, isn't it? Is that when Jeanette's annoyed with you?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, and then the girls join in. And my daughter, who's going to be a solicitor soon, says, I'm representing mother against you. And I'm going, oh, yeah. You know, and I said, what about your sister? Ah, yeah, she's going to be helping me with the paperwork. I look at my son, he's going to be saying, I'm with them.
I'm going to host the paperwork. Yep.
Yeah. Well, this is Goodbye Rachel from the British Patriots. Another great, great video. Check this out. And obviously, this is one of the men that we like. Rupert Lowe.
Indeed.
Aim high, vote low.
Millions must go.
Do you like that? That's it. I like that. Here we go. Thank you very much, Stats. See you all on Friday. Bye for now.
All right. Take
Ciao.
it easy, everyone. Say that. Metallica.
You came in swinging with your spreadsheets and your spin. Chancellor Reeves thought you'd save us from the mess we're in. Raised the taxes, raided the pots, winter fuel gone cold, while the bills kept climbing and the stories all got old. Net zero fantasies, green deals in the sky. Farmers left struggling, watching livelihoods die. Borrowed and spent like there's no tomorrow in sight. Now the books are bleeding red under your oversight. Goodbye, Rachel, time to clear the stage. Your economic miracle was all the rage. For a page, promises of growth that never saw the light. Goodbye, Rachel, we're turning to the right. From the red benches to the exit door, the country's waking up. Can't take no more.
Remigration Airways.
You talked to stability, delivered only pain. Immigration numbers soaring, straining every vein. Homes, hospitals, schools, the pressures at the break, while the working man's left footing every bill you make. U-turns in the budget, black holes in the plan. Told us it was prudent, now we see the con. Reeves the Iron Chancellor, more like paper thin. Watch the wheels come off as the reckoning rolls in. Goodbye, Rachel, time to clear the stage. Your economic miracle was all the rage. For a page, promises of growth that never saw the light. Goodbye, Rachel, we're turning to the right. From the red benches to the exit door, the country's waking up. Can't take no more. You had your moment, center stage under the lights, but the numbers don't lie in the cold hard nights. We warned about the spending, the open door dream. Now the bills come due and it's bursting at the seam. Starmer's gone, the house of cards starts to sway. Rachel, it's over. There's a better way. Oh, goodbye, Rachel. Pack your charts and go. The experiment failed.
Great words, Mark. I love the way they put these together. They're great.
No more empty talk. Goodbye, Rachel. Restores ready to walk the walk from the red benches to the exit door. Britain's rising up. We're ready for more. Goodbye, Rachel. It's been real.
It's been real.
Time for common sense. to heal.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoy these
Oh, there he
videos
is
and
again.
songs, please give us a like,
Oh, he's
subscribe,
still
share,
brilliant.
and if possible, a hype. That way more people get to
See you
see this
too, Taya.
awesome content.